Hey everybody, Sandman here. So I am now day 2 of the Covert Instruments gathering here near Washington, D.C. And I want to tell you all about that. However, I do want to talk about some bad news that I received today. And that is my good friend Allan from UK Lockpickers, the owner of UK Lockpickers, which is a distributor, has passed away from complications of COPD. And apparently it was something that he was battling for a while. I've known Allan since 2010. He's been a good friend of mine. In 2016, 2017 time frame, I was an administrator for his Facebook group. And, he's been very helpful and very giving to me over the years and helping me with my content and helping me grow my channel and just being a good friend. I want to talk about the Covert Instruments gathering today, but that kind of eclipsed a little bit of it. And I will make a video when I get back home talking more about Allan. I basically, throughout today's events, we all got together and we went to a distillery here in town, and that was when I found out that my friend had died. So I didn't do the tour at the distillery with everybody else. I just wanted to kind of go off, and I went and sat at a fast food place, and I messaged all my friends and anybody that knew Allan personally that he had passed away. So that being said, anyways, I had a wonderful day today, I promise, and it was amazing. But losing your friend is always unusual. It's not necessarily that it's hard. It's just something that I don't deal with on a daily basis. So it's kind of new, I guess. If I may say, Allan was the kind of guy that in 2017, I had purchased a BMW, and I was real proud of it. And it was kind of like a turning point for me in my life where I could finally have something nice. And Allan, to celebrate this, personal, achievement of mine of owning something nice, Allan sent me a care package with several $100s worth of tools and locks, and he sent me some BMW cufflinks. And he said, he goes, hey man, he goes, I have these cufflinks. He goes, I don't even have a BMW anymore. He's like, I want you to have them. I said, thank you so much. And he was that kind of guy. Allan, man, I don't even know how to describe a friend that you've known for 15 years. There's very few people in this world that I've known for 15 years that are not family. I don't keep friends for very long. And the few friends that I do have, I would do anything for. And Allan was one of them. Allan was the kind of guy that when you were having a good day, he would celebrate with you. When you're having a bad day, he'd curse with you on that bad day. I really had a lot in common with him. I had a lot of respect for him. I remember in 2012 when I came back from Afghanistan. No, this was before that. Shoot, 2010, 2011 time frame. I think 2011. Allan liked talking to me about war stories because, he's a Brit. He's from the UK, and he had never served in the military. So I'd tell him stuff about Iraq, and I hadn't gone to Afghanistan yet as a contractor. So when I was in Iraq in 2006, I had carried brass knuckles, and I wore what's called an interceptor flak jacket, which was issued to us in the Marine Corps. And the interceptor flak jacket had these little, like a lapel, I guess you would call it, like a strap that go up here. You could strap a backpack to it or comms. And I would actually strap my brass knuckles to these things. So I walked around with brass knuckles strapped to my flak jacket, probably thinking I looked cool, but I liked it because I could just grab it. I could put my fingers through, grab it, and rip it off, and I would have it. Not that I would need it. I'm not that cool. But Allan liked it, and you can't get brass knuckles in the UK. So I sent him my brass knuckles, and he was so proud to have brass knuckles that I carried in Iraq that he put them in a frame. And he told me that he would brag to everybody that come to his house that a real Marine carried those brass knuckles in Iraq. So he had sent me a lot of really amazing stuff recently. sometime around November time frame, he'd sent me like $400 worth of product to review. And it wasn't even to review. I told him, I was like, well, what do you want me to review? He goes, I don't want you to review any of it. He goes, I just wanted you to have it. And I didn't know how to react to that. So I was like, well, let me send you something in return. So I sent him, he had sent me a coin that had like the Queen of England on it or something. And so I sent him a coin that had an American Eagle. It was an American Eagle silver dollar. So I sent him a silver ounce. And then I sent him a case knife, which was really nice. It was very kind of iconic, had a stag bone handle on it. And it was a pocket knife. And it was like, you know, a good case knife, you know, like a good $100 pocket knife that you can be proud of. I sent him that. And I sent him some American 1100 locks because you can't get those over there very easily. A couple other things, I don't remember what. But I really tried to reciprocate his kindness, and I could never match it. I could never do it. So I don't mean to make this video about Allan, but I don't know how to talk about today's events and not talk about the passing of a friend of mine. I don't have very many friends, but I can say that the few friends that I do have, I met them through Locksport. So it's unfortunate. I never got to meet the guy. I know what he looks like, and I know he has good taste in clothing and good taste in lifestyle, and he is survived by his daughter, who is currently going to college. And he was very influential in me coming out. I've been in the community for 15 years, but I've been in Locksport for 16 years, but I haven't been a part of the community because I'm a hard person to get along with. But Allan always put up with me, and I always got along with him. We've always been friends. There were time periods where maybe I stepped away from Locksport for like a year or two, and then I'd come back, and then I would, you know, hit him back up, and we'd be like, hey, you know. But anyways, I think I was talking about how Allan, I've lost my train of thought. I apologize. Allan had a daughter, and he was very influential in telling me that if it wasn't for Locksport and if it wasn't for UK lockpickers, that he wouldn't be where he wants to be in life, and that he wouldn't be able to send his daughter to school. And he said Locksport like saved his ass, essentially. He had another company. It was like a construction company. He worked in demolition. He had a demolition company it did cleanup services and demolition services. And I think during COVID, things got really hard to be able to operate an actual company due to the restraints that the government was putting on the people there in the UK. And he was telling me how much Locksport and the business of Locksport and having UK lockpickers, how beneficial it was to him, his survival and his livelihood and his ability to be able to help his daughter go through college. So when I told him that I wanted to make a YouTube channel and that I wanted to consider being a distributor and selling product on my website, I asked him, I said, would this hurt your business in any way? And he said, he always called me mate. He'd say, you know what, mate? He goes, if I'm being completely honest, he goes, yes, it would cut into my business. He goes, but I don't care. And he goes, you're my friend and I want you to be successful. And he goes, I want you to see how beneficial being a business owner and to this community can be. He's like, because he said, it really saved my life and it really helped me when I needed it. And he goes, I want that to be the same for you. And he goes, and I mean, I have these emails. He was like, I'll help you any way I can, and I'll help you figure out how to do everything. So the idea was that I was going to use my website, Sandman Ryu company site, to be an North American distributor and to sell tools that you couldn't find anywhere else, like Moki or Law Lock tools or Bare Bones, you know, foreign tools that you can't really easily get here. That was the plan. And he was very, very influential in that, and he was very helpful in that. He helped me set up my website, and he was trying to get things figured out. He put me in contact with Moki, and I was going to maybe be the North American distributor of Moki tools. But I decided it wasn't for me, and I don't want to do that. I just enjoy making videos. But Allan was the kind of guy that, even though I would have taken a chunk out of his business, because at the time he was the only distributor of Moki tools, he was like, I'll help you set up shop in North America, even though it'll cut into his business. He's like, even though it'll cut into my business, he goes, I'll help you set up shop because you're my friend. I don't know too many people that would do that. I don't have very many friends, and I just lost one more today. But I don't know too many people in the business world that are knowingly and willfully willing to lose business to help somebody start their own business and create a competitor in the industry. That's the kind of guy Allan was. I didn't mean to make this video about Allan, but that's what happened today on day 2. So, Allan, you're my friend, and I appreciate everything that you've done for me. So, I don't have a lot of friends, but the ones that I do, I really appreciate. So, other than that, today was a good day. I got to meet my hero today, which is the lockpicking lawyer. And I got to hang out with a bunch of other people. And anyways, sorry. I got the lockpicking lawyer's signature, Robert Pingor's signature, Lady Lock's signature, Georgia Jim, Lock Chuck, A.W. Locksmith. I'm sure I'm missing some. Tony Virelli. Oh, and McNally. And lockpicking lawyer's signature right there. So I got them to sign my mat. And I'm very, very appreciative of that. I'm gonna put it in a frame. And McNally, man, just out of nowhere. And it wasn't out of pity, I swear. But McNally, I got to meet McNally today. And McNally is a fellow Marine, except he did 12 years in the Marine Corps when I only did 4. And we got to see where he works, his workspace, his office space. And I noticed that he had this amazing setup. And I said, when are you guys going to start selling that? Like, I just started saying goofy shit. Like, you know, like, let me see that. And he pulled it out and he goes, here, you can have it. I said, what? And he gave me his freaking, I don't even know what to call this, okay? But it's basically a locksport station, you know, with the, what is essentially a Panavice mount or a Bessie clamp. He carved this himself, and then it's done with some type of fractal laser etching. I don't know, where it uses math to to create the designs that are basically like lightning strikes across the wood. And these sections here and here are cut out to perfectly hold American 1100 locks. And these sections here actually hold the lock cores and the lock plugs. This holds plug followers. So this holds lock cores. This holds plug followers. This is for gutting. And this holds your lock picks. And he's like, here, you can have it. I was like, what? Like, there's like 8 other influencers here, and he just randomly gave it to me. So, man, that was a highlight of my day. So, of course, and then he gave me, not only did it come with this type of vice head, but it came with this. And then I was like, well, do me a favor and sign it. So I got McNally to sign it here, and I also had him sign it on the back, because I was like, because I'm an idiot, and I'm sure I'll mess up one signature. Man. And they gave out a lot of really awesome freebies. One of the freebies that they gave is they gave me some tools, but they gave me some special patches that have these gold borders. These gold bordered patches, this founder's patch, I think they only had like 50 or 100 of these made. And they only give these patches to people that are influential in the development of the company. And so they gave all of us influencers one of these gold patches. So that's super cool. And then my favorite thing is the lockpicking 100 gold bordered patch, which is a play on to Skyrim. You reach level lockpicking 100. So this is literally a patch for reaching the pinnacle of Locksport, which is to be able to get invited to a manufacturer, take a tour. They put me up in a hotel, they bought me food, they give me all these free toys, and I get to meet my heroes and people that are in the industry. And it's just amazing. I don't even know how to thank them. They made for me and the other influencers these like these metal tags. So they gave me like 20 or 30 of these with my emblem, my signature symbol. And then because everybody there is a influencer, we were all trading our lock tags. So that's Georgia Gems. And I got Georgia Gems influencer card. So these are cards that you can give away to people, whether they pick a challenge lock or you just meet another influencer or whatever. And I got Lady Locks. And just a whole bunch of my own. And then I have a McNally one here somewhere. Here it is. This is like, this I'm very proud of. Oh man, it's blurry. Come on. Really? Okay, there it is. McNally. And look at that. It's like a very special kind of like titanium heat treated steel. So this is like, he only had 2 of these. And I just was like shamelessly like, can I have one? And he's like, well, he's like, I was going to do something rare with it, and I don't want to talk about it just yet. And I'm like, that's cool. He's like, all right, you can have one. I was like, yes. So I did that all day long. I would point at things. I'm like, can I have that? Can I have this? Can I have that? You have 3 of these. You don't need that. And 99% of the time they said no, but there was a couple things where they said yes, and I don't want to show you what I have just yet, but I will. Gave us, stickers, a whole bunch of other stuff, tools. So let me talk about the day. So the day started off at 10 in the morning. We all met at the Covert Instruments facility. They gave us introduction. And at 10:15, we got to watch a PowerPoint presentation that was put together by the crew and that showed the history of Covert Instruments from start to current, how it all started. And I don't want to go into that because I don't know how much of that they want me to tell. But it was very cool. And, I took notes. I think I was the only person in the class that actually took notes, no big deal. But I'm going to have them look over my notes. And if I can get an okay on those notes, then maybe I'll talk about those notes on the history of Covert Instruments. And they talked about their successes, and they talked about their failures. They talked about the mistakes that they made and the things that they got lucky on and the things that they did right. And then they started talking about some of their flagship individual products, like the Covert Companion and development of that and how that came to fruition, and their lockpicks. And then they started talking about upcoming lockpicks. And anyways, they started talking about, we got to talk about upcoming lockpicks, upcoming products, things that have to do with those. They do have new products coming out, and that's good. I can't talk much about it. I'm going to talk with all of them tomorrow and see what I can talk about, but there are upcoming products. It sounds so vague right now. We broke for lunch for about an hour. We came back and we talked about more future product, more future upcoming things, where they really wanted good feedback from all of us. That was really the big takeaway from this. I'm in the room with the best lockpickers in the world. Georgia Jim, he's like a 15th Dan black belt in the Reddit karate belt ranking system out of 20. So this guy has picked, I don't know, something like at least, no, at least, I think maybe I'm confusing him with somebody else, but I know that Georgia Jim's picked at least 40 black belt locks. Maybe it was 200, I don't remember. And then there's Dr. Hogmaster, who's like a 13th Dan. I think maybe it was he that picked 14 or 40 black belt locks. But man, I screwed up however many locks these guys have picked that are all black belt level, but these are the best lock pickers in the world. There's literally less than maybe 5 people that are higher ranked than them that I'm aware of. If there's more than that, it's got to be less than 10. But these guys are easily in the top 5 or top 10 lock pickers in the entire world, if not, I think, top 5. So, and then Lady Locks, Lock Chucker there, Tony Varelli from 3D Locksport, AW Locksmith. He's an awesome locksmith, but he's a viral sensation, and he has very awesome shorts and videos. If you're not familiar with him, look up AW Locksmith. You probably already follow him. Super nice guy, very professional, a lot more professional than me. I'm an idiot. I was cracking jokes the whole time, and I talk way too much, so I'm sure I've distracted everybody from the topic at hand. Trying to think of what other influencers were there. So let me think. So we had Lock Chuck, Lady Locks, and who was sitting at Dr. Hogmaster, then Georgia Jim, AW Locksmith, and then Tony Varelli, and then me. And we also had 3 people who were influential in the design and the creating of some of the tools that are behind the scenes that you guys will never even hear about. So people that work in the design space, and they help these products come to market. So I got to meet them and see those products and how they made those products. I got to tell you, one of the takeaways that I saw from this is that think of all of the product that Covert Instruments has that's available and multiply that times 2. And I feel like that's what's going to come out over the next year to maybe 18 months alone. Like, the amount of product that Covert Instruments is going to come out with is huge. I can't talk about what's coming out, but these guys are growing and they're expanding, and the quality and craftsmanship and the ingenuity is, you wouldn't believe me until you saw it like I saw it. Then you'd be like, oh, wow, that's amazing. I'm like, yeah. So this goes above and beyond anything that I've ever seen in the industry, and it goes above and beyond anything that we currently see from Covert Instruments. Like, they have some pretty amazing stuff that's coming out, and I'm looking forward to all of you seeing that. I wish it would all just dump on one day so I can just, you know, purchase all of it, you know, and have it. But that wouldn't make very much sense as a business. Also, that would be not only a logistical nightmare, but it would be a manufacturer's nightmare, because these guys are really big on quality control. So things will be released over time as things become ready, and these people have like a perfectionist mindset where they ensure that the products are perfect before they come to market, which is why they are doing the roundtable get-together meeting of the minds with these influencers, I don't know why I'm here yet, but with these other influencers that are more intelligent than me, they're showing them the product and they're asking them, all right, well, what do you think? So today was showing us the products. Tomorrow is going to be more of a chance for the influencers to actually sit down and give their thoughts on everything and the constructive criticisms and help them make the final tweaks before these things actually hit the market. Because some of these products are almost ready to come to market, but they wanted some more input from the users, the user side of things. And I really, really appreciate that. I really like that. I've never seen a company do that. Peterson doesn't do it. Sparrows doesn't do it. I don't know of any companies that are putting out product and sending product to not only be tested, but flying in testers into the manufacturing facility, showing them the product before it is to be released, before it's in its final design phase, and asking, you know, what are your thoughts on this? How can we make it better? That's some DARPA shit right there. That's some government level DARPA shit that you want the end users, the operators, to feel comfortable that this product that you're going to put in the warrior's hand is going to be perfect before they take it to the battlefield. That is what these people are doing. I'm very appreciative of that. So after lunch, sometime around 3 p.m., we left to go to it was a brewery. I don't drink alcohol. I don't drink alcohol. I was a bouncer for 10 years. You would think I would know the name of these types of bourbons, but there's I don't know, there's some distillery that was in town, and I don't remember the name of it. Sorry. And the second we got there, I got a ping on my phone that my good friend died. And so I was a little distracted, and when they started the tour, I was like, y'all go ahead, I'm good. So I went for a walk, and I walked back into town. Essentially, I walked down the road to a Hardee's, burger place, and I sat down so I could use that opportunity to notify everybody, that my friend died. So, so then they picked me up, or I met them back at the distillery. I walked back, and then we drove back to the facility, and then we talked about a couple more product that was coming out, which is amazing. Man, I wish I could just tell you guys, but I can't. And then we ended the day sometime around 5, and it's right now it's 8:30. I think we stayed for about 2 hours just talking. Like, I got to hang out with lockpicking lawyer and one of the designers, and we were just talking, not talking locksport. We were talking just telling stories. I was talking about how I broke my leg in the Marine Corps, and I had to walk 25 kilometers over a week on the broken leg, compound fracture. And lockpicking lawyer was talking about his days doing other stuff that I can't talk about here. And then, we were just telling stories, life stories and family stories, which was amazing. I'll never forget that. And I think everybody was pretty tired by that point. I think everybody was pretty wore out. So I hadn't had the opportunity to really process my friend Allan's death. But until I made this video, and I started crying on video. So I apologize for that. But it was a good day, and it was a sad day. I'm a war veteran. People die, and in my life, people die young. And I think Allan died young, and I think he died too soon. But it's not more for me to grieve about. He has family, and his family's going to be grieving for him. So I will be doing a part 3 or day 3 tomorrow. So we'll be getting together tomorrow at 10 in the morning and spend the whole day, and then I'll make another video. So sorry I got emotional. I had a beautiful day today. I really wanted to come back to the hotel and share it with all of you. So I'm sorry that I had to be a little bit of a Debbie Downer, but he was a friend, and he was a member of Locksport, and I'm here to make new friends. So it's the circle of life, I guess. So that's all I have for today. Thank you all so much. I'll be making a video in respect to Allan in the future when I get home. and we can all give our condolences there. Let's try to keep our spirits high in the comments here in this video, and let's move on, and let's look forward to day number 3, or maybe day 2, because day 1 was just traveling, but whatever. Let's look forward to part 3, and I look forward to telling you all more, and maybe showing you some more product that they gave to me that I might be able to show. That's all I have for today, and I'll catch you guys next time.